this morning. We have three of our colleagues that will be able to answer your questions and give you more context and background as to what is happening with the budget changes. So first of all, we have Chandramouli Ramanathan, whom you know very well, the controller. He's accompanied by Sharon Borsitz, who is Chief of Contributions in his office. And also we have Taiko Shiori, who is the Chief of UN Peacekeeping Budgets. So Chandru, we'll start with you. You can say a few words, and then if you also want to, if our two other colleagues want to say a few words opening, I'll give them the floor, and then we'll take some questions.
Thank you. Good morning, and a real pleasure to be with you here. I think there are two things that happened yesterday. One was the approval of the budget of peacekeeping for 26-27. We will circulate a small fact sheet, I think, if it's not already been given out just now. On the peacekeeping budget, the member states approved a budget of $5.1 billion, which is about $550 million less than last year, which is a 9.7% reduction. That's just the big picture. About 1,100 civilian posts also are being reduced. In terms of real apple-to-apple comparison of what was before, if you take out the expansion of mandate in Haiti, expansion of mandate in Congo, and the reduction in mandate in, I think, South Sudan, it's about 14% reduction. Yeah, so we'll give some clarificatory numbers also on that, about 750 million, something like that. So that's on the peacekeeping budget side. There was also a decision they made on a marginal increase in the rates of reimbursement for troops. Troops went up from, I think, 1448 to 1464.68, something like that. And also they increased the equipment reimbursement rates by 1.58%. Financially, collectively, it's $27 million increase. And that $27 million increase, we have to absorb. They will not give us a separate budget for that. So it's taken out of the budget. Yeah, it's 1,448 to 1,474.68. We are circulating this sheet to you, so you don't have to worry about it. But then it's a 1.58% for equipment, net effect 27 million. So that will be absorbed by us, so as part of the budget. And the original number I gave you on the budget is 9.7%, a reduction of 550 million. Budget went down by 550 million to 5.1 billion. And then if you take out those mandates, new mandates, the real reduction is 14%. Or $752 million. Civilian staffing reduction, more than 1,100 positions have been cut. So that's the big picture on the budget side. But the more momentous decision yesterday was fixing that Kafkaesque problem that we've been talking about again and again and again. In simple terms, again, I have a nice deck for you, which gives all the data and information, but I'll just summarize it very quickly for you. You know the old story that our regulations written in 47 provided that any money not spent, like any government, has to be returned. But the problem is, it didn't say return the cash. It said deducted from the next bill. And in practice, what that meant was, you're deducting it from the next bill for those who haven't paid their money to start with. It's like giving a discount before you pay the bill. And the second thing is, then they changed that last year in December to say only give it back to those who have paid in full. For those who haven't paid, deduct it from whatever they owe you. You owe them money, they owe you money, deduct it. It's common sense. That's how it started changing in December. But you're still giving back for the others who have paid in full. You're still giving back the cash you never collected. And that is the source of our problem. We are giving back what you have not collected. Common sense says, what you don't spend, give back. Fair enough. But if you haven't collected it, you cannot give it back. So give back what you have collected, but not spent, makes sense. So the real change that was done yesterday was acknowledging that this 75-year-old rule is pushing the UN into a financial abyss. And therefore, they made the following changes. They said, effective now from today, in future, you will give back two types of money always. One is income that you've earned from interest and revenue, etc., because it's backed by cash. Any money you did not spend from a previous period, blah, 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 nothing to do with liquidity. So in other words, if you are returning money to member states, but had nothing to do with shortage of cash, give it back. Whatever money you did not spend, they are saying, look at it more carefully. what part of it was caused by lack of cash, what part of it is normal. If it is not backed by cash, don't return it. If it is normal, return it. In other words, from now on, they will look at, have you collected 100% of the bill that you have sent out? If you have collected 100%, there's nothing to do. You spend the money. If you collect more than 100%, that means you're collecting arrears. If you ever collect more than 100%, we cannot spend it because budget is gone. Then you return the money back. Because when you spend, when you're backed by, if member states have not paid money to us, some member states have not paid money to us, what is happening is we are not returning some of the money to other member states. So when you collect the arrears, you find a way to manage your process. If there is extra money left, give it back to member states. This is the decision they made. So I used to show you a big skull and a circle. And that was a vicious circle. You don't collect 100% of the budget. Let's say we collect 80% of the budget. We spend 80% of the budget. That's fine. You manage that year. But now the 20% that you did not spend, they're saying deduct it from next year's bill. So next year I cannot collect more than 80%. How can I spend 100% when I collect 80%?